Oh, 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 oh. Boom, boom, boom. I gotta fix that. I don't know why I won't do it. Oh, wait till everybody come in. Cause I know there's gonna be some questions about what time I'm going to do. Let me get my little console up. Do, do, do. Who? Let me... Oh, I gotta open my little thing up. Oh man, what is going on? What is going on? I gotta start making more videos, man. I got so much crap going on. I'll wait till a few y'all get up in here. Oh man, I just been so out of the loop, so out of the freaking loop. But yeah, I know everybody gonna be like, "Uh oh, it's time to move on," and see my pictures of my demon and my Z06 in there. One of them might have to go. I might have to do like a little tiny little sacrifice in order to save a very big earning potential. But we'll find out. Hopefully, everything goes good for me tomorrow, and I'll have a better idea. But yeah, is it really time to move on? Let's see. Dodge should be spun out into his own muscle car performance brand, a la Ferrari. Nah, the Dodge would die. Dodge needs to have a pickup truck in their lineup in order to help with those emissions credits. I get the whole thing with the Daytona. I really do. But in order to make that crap, you delete the one car that everybody wants, the one car that was costing you a lot of points or penalties, whatever. You delete that car and come out with a car nobody really wants, which would have made sense if they would have kept both cars around or at least carried the engines over for a couple of model years until they actually, came up with something different. But I'm telling you, I think it's going to be a disaster. But I mean, it's just crazy what's going on because I was getting messages from my UAW buddies. I actually got one of my UAW buddies that sent me the robocall that they had got that more of them was getting laid off temporarily, which I don't know how you get temporarily laid off, but I don't see, since they're not gonna have really anything coming out. And I don't care what brand it is. I don't care if it's Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chrysler, whatever. Not a single brand that this company carries is going to actually move the needle. And I'm literally don't care whether or not it's like they will literally have to give away cars, honestly, for people to go back into the dealerships. Because on one hand, people just don't like those Dodge dealers anymore because they saw how greedy they was during last call. Last call is going to have a very, very bad effect on Stellantis for a long period of time. I mean, they already saw it. Like once the last call was over, once the last Challenger charge were up the assembly line, it just went downhill. Woo, boom, ever since. And I mean, other than just the high vehicle costs, I think it's also along the lines that it's just that people are just fed up and they don't want to give dealers their hard-earned money as bad as a lot of those dealers treated them. And I'm like, I mean, I know plenty of people who they're not going to buy any more Stellantis products, right? They're jumping over to GM, they jump over to Ford, they're jumping over to another brand, BMW, whatever. And I mean, I can't say I blame them. I mean, there's nothing that I know in the background that's coming out that's going to be a game changer. There's no, unless I find out through the grapevine that they're going to re-engineer the Charter Daytona song to drop a V8 in there. Because all I was told that all I got to do is one engineering change to the strut towers, and they can fit every V8 block in that vehicle. So once I hear that they're actually going in there and engineering those strut towers, then I believe Dodge might be saved. But until then, I don't think so. So I'm going like, I mean, is it just time to move on from Dodge and just, you know, if you own any Dodge product, is it time to go ahead and sell it, get rid of it, and jump to somebody else? I mean, will you jump over to the Ford and grab a Mustang? Will you, I don't know, go jump over to Chevy? I mean, the only thing Chevy got really right now is if you want a car, is a Corvette, which I'm going like honestly, they should have kept the Camaro around for at least 1 to 2 more years. Like once GM heard that Dodge was stupid enough to get rid of the Challenger and Charger before the next gen car was ready, they should have said, "Hey, look, we're keeping the Camaro around for like 2 more years and just gobble up all these Dodge customers that's going to get out of their Dodge cars because they're so pissed off." So I'm like, man, like it's just some odd decisions across the board. And then, this EV push, they just don't understand that a lot of people, I mean, of course, you're going to have a small percentage of people that wants EVs, but there is not going to be a huge percentage of people who's going to buy enough of these vehicles in order to meet the margins that you're trying to find. I just don't see it. And I'm not buying a Corvette. There's a Corvette and Dodge. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's what I'm saying. GM should have made a decision. Like, look, once Dodge said they're getting rid of your biggest competitor, the Challenger and the Charger, that's the biggest competitor the Camaro had. Once they heard that crap, they should have said, "Oh, we're gonna keep the Camaro around for 2 years. We're gonna keep it around for 1 more year, and then keep it around for the second. Like, if the first year we keep it around, like during this time period, it's still taking sales. Say we're gonna make that like maybe like the next year to that." The last final years, like this should have been like a 2025 Camaro like final edition rather than last year being the final edition for that car. And they should have just gobbled up customers from Dodge. So I'm like, I mean, hell, like, and I was thinking that maybe the whole thing with Pontiac, that whole Pontiac ad, maybe that was like somebody going like, well, let's see how much momentum that you have in the marketplace for people to want to get off of Dodge, like. Because they're the only nutcases that went all in on friggin' electric stuff and inline sixes and crap like that. All right. Because I mean, if inline six engines were so popular, everyone would have had one by now, and everyone would be driving around BMWs, Mercedes Benz, all this other nonsense. People would have been driving those vehicles because that vehicle is just so popular, right? I mean, there's a reason why all the Black Wings and crap like that all got V8s in them, except for that. I think the CT4 Black Wings is a like a V6 whatever. But you got the Black Wing CT5s. They got V8s in them. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Honestly, they should have just kept the Camaro around. As long as they got that Black Wing in production, they should have kept the Camaro or redesigned it or maybe change it over to a Chevelle or some crap like that, and then went from there. But I mean, even these last call Challengers and Chargers, a lot of them having problems. It seems like every daggone week, someone is telling us something wrong with these last call cars. The 2022s, as far as I know, they're fine. The 2021s, they're fine. But seeing these last year Challengers and Chargers got so much stuff wrong with them that it's just crazy, right? The D170s are issue left and right. You saw I did the video with the guy who had the whole back half of his car not welded properly. You seen the videos that TK has done where you got like several or hell even dozens of people going like their windshields cracked for no daggone reason, right? I mean, heck, now I got guys who hit me up with their demons where they got broken motor mounts, they got blowers getting replaced, harmonic balancers coming off or dampeners, whatever you want to call it, multiple cars that spun a bearing, cars are leaking. I mean, is it just like I said with the beginner's live stream? Is it just time to just get off of these products and go to another brand? Like, I mean, honestly, I'm a GM person to be all fair. Like most of the vehicles I ever purchased in my life is General Motors, right? Like sitting outside right now, I have a 70 Chevelle, a 69 Camaro, a freaking 67 GTO, a 67 Le Mans convertible, but it's basically a GTO. So I mean, literally majority of every vehicle, my daily driver is a Chevy Avalanche. So literally every vehicle that I literally own right now is a General Motors product. But the only reason I came over to Dodge, because I jumped on the Hellcat bandwagon. Like once the Hellcat came out, I mean, I'd always liked the Challenger design, but it's like, you know, until they put a Hellcat engine to the Challenger, I wasn't really interested in it. I thought it was a cool looking vehicle, but I just wasn't like, okay, 400 horsepower, whatever, 500 horsepower, whatever. Like, well, until it came out with a blower on it, I'm like, okay, now Dodge is speaking my love language here. But now the love language is gone. So now it's like, I mean, hell, I had always been a fan of the Viper. I thought the Viper was one of the coolest things. Like I like a Viper way more than like a Corvette, but now like I can go buy a brand new Viper right now. And then the ACR is like, to go buy a Viper ACR is what, 200 grand. So it's like, now it's like 200 something grand, like, used. So I'm going like, I can't even buy a Viper ACR for a decent price, not marked to high heaven. So I'm like, what, like I said, what is freaking left from this brand? I mean, the TRX got neutered, so I can't go jump to a brand new TRX. And then the same TRX I had in 2021 was like 95K. If I bought the same exact TRX now, it'd be like $115,000, $120,000. The same exact truck, same interior, same wheel and tires, same engine, same body style. It's like $20,000 more now than it was 4 years ago. So I'm going like, TRX is way overpriced. And like, there's not really any other vehicles from Stellantis that I like, period. I've never been a big Jeep Wrangler fan because the Wrangler, to my opinion, is way too damn small. Like my cousin just drove up here and she had like a 2-door Wrangler. And I was like, oh my God, this thing is tiny on the inside. I'm like, who in the world can fit in this thing? And like, I'm not even tall. I'm only like 5'8". So I'm going like, I see you talking about you like 6'4". I'm only 5'8" now, and I feel like claustrophobic inside of a Wrangler. So I'm like, you know, what else is left in this brand for anyone to want to stay within this brand? I mean, other than, you know, I mean, literally every person I see driving a Wagoneer or a Grand Wagoneer is somebody's wife. Like I see number of women driving Wagoneers. Like I don't think I've seen maybe like 1 or 2 guys out of like 20 Wagoneers that are like dudes that driving those vehicles. So other than somebody's wife driving a Wagoneer, which they can also go jump to an Escalade and be and have a V8 in their car. I mean, what else is left from this brand? And that's what I'm going like, I mean, honestly, should I even hold on to my Demon at this point? Because the values of the Demon 170 are just dead. I mean, you gotta be like, I know a lot of people are gonna try to blame me and TK and us for talk about all the issues with that car, but I mean the issues were just so widespread, like it's too impossible to ignore. Like people are going on forums now talking about how bad the quality of their car is. Like I'm literally seeing posts every single week about something else going wrong with somebody's Demon 170, and I got guys calling me now going like, oh man, I'm so afraid to drive a Demon 170 because I don't know if it's gonna just blow up on me just driving down the street. Is there like I got I don't know if you're watching me. Like I know I got one guy going like, oh my God, like, you know, is there anything I can do to my engine to like make sure that, you know, or check to see whether or not it's gonna blow up on me. So I had to go, you know, tell him to go do the whole, you know, Blackstone like oil test to see whether or not they find anything in your oil that's that could, you know, give you like a fair warning of what's gonna happen to your car. I know I seen somebody post that they told them that one of their they found like some, I don't know, some kind of material in their oil analysis, and I think they caught the issue beforehand. I think they said like a Baron or something was about to eat itself. So the Demon 170 prices are still way too high, but Perry, like I literally had one of my buddies tell me that a dealership near him sold a Demon 170 for only $7,000 over sticker. So it's like, I know dealers who are still holding on to them for like $50,000 over stickers. I know some dealers still holding on for $30,000 over stickers, but then I'm seeing them sell for like $10K over sticker, like several times. And then you go on Bring a Trailer, these things are barely bringing $25,000, $30,000, $40,000 over sticker price on those cars. So someone bought a D170 like 125, and then you put another 20 on it, and then I'm seeing Demons go for like between like 140 and like 160. It's like, though the market for those cars are so bad. Like I'm thinking you're not gonna be until maybe 5, 10 years. You might see these Demon 170s go for $200,000. And I didn't necessarily buy my Demon 170 for investment purposes, but it's like I thought that the ownership of Demon 170 is gonna be a lot like how the 2018 Demon was gonna be. Because the 2018 Demon, that reveal, that marketing was like just so over the top. I don't think Dodge is going to ever have another car like the 2018 Demon. How you guys literally was like so excited to see that car and so excited to try to go to the dealership to go and try to find one. And then you got a crate, you got all these Easter eggs and stuff. And then here we go with a 2023 Demon 170. So like FCA, I'm going to assume Tim Knissis did majority of all the behind the scenes brain stuff on the 2018 Demon. And now you have the 2023 Demon 170. And it's like, this is how Europeans, this is how Stellantis does it, right? The marketing for the car sucked. I mean, that freaking leprechaun was one of the most dumbest things I think I've ever seen. And I know I think Tim Knissis was talking about, he was talking to TFL going like, he had like a dream about a leprechaun or something like that. And that's how they came up with the commercial. But I think that was just a goofy idea. Like the first commercial with the demon and the Hellcat and all that money they went to make the commercials looked a lot better than this whole leprechaun nonsense. And then it already wasn't really a good look during Speed Week. They go like, oh yeah, we're going to show Demon 170 off at SEMA. And then like a month after the Speed Week, they go like, oh yeah, we're blowing engines. We're still blowing engines on a car that's supposed to be released within the next several months. That doesn't inspire a lot of confidence, right? And then the whole thing with the leprechauns and all those commercials, they didn't really capture the same magic the Easter eggs was on 2018. The 2018 cars, they had such clever marketing and such clever Easter eggs that there was still something no one really kind of figured out. And these Easter eggs for Demon 170, they just seem like a lot of them didn't make sense, right? Like I said, especially that one video about the scream at 215 miles an hour. The Demon 170 top speed is not 215 miles per hour. So why in the world is the video titled "Scream" at 215 miles per hour? But even when I asked Dodge in the background, they was like, well, we were talking about something else with the whole 215 miles per hour. It wasn't necessarily the top speed, it was something else, but they never got back to me about what in the world it was that they tried to allude to at 215 miles per hour. And that one commercial might get them sued for tons of money because they falsely advertised screaming at 215 miles per hour. And then you got the article that says the same thing on DodgeGarage.com. So Dodge might get sued for this one error in this one video. And then as I showed you guys in the video with when I talk about Ratty, they got on Dodge Garage, the D170 is the quickest, fastest Dodge ever. And then they got right there on Dodge's own website for the Red Eye. The Red Eye is the fastest muscle car ever. I'm like, how in the world can you, as one company, advertise in two different places, two different cars being the fastest? So it's like, I'm like, the marketing on the D170 was just way worse. The whole reveal at Vegas, okay, that was cool, but a lot of people who was there, especially 2018 Demon owners who was supposed to have like their whole VIP treatment, got kicked out of the tent for the daggone dealership owners. So they got basically left in the cold. So a lot of 2018 Demon owners kind of pissed off at all the nonsense they had to go through. And then a lot of them who still own their Demons don't have a VIN match car because dealer screwed them over. So I'm saying it just so much bad juju around the Demon 170 that videos that me, TK, OC Motivator makes, those are not like the reasons why these cars are still sitting at dealers and people aren't spending the money on them to actually buy them. It's stuff that the company did, the stuff that the dealers did, and it's how they cut corners to get the cars out to why they're failing, and then why people aren't really interested in them in the first place. So that's what I'm going like. I mean, is it just time for people to just get off their Demon 170s and just go about your business? Because I mean, I got guys who's like even guys who haven't bought one yet. Like I got guys hit me up going like, hey, look, I need to go buy me a Demon 170 or I can buy me a TRX. And I mean, which one do you think I should buy? Like, I'm going like, look, if you don't want to worry about anything, your TRX is gonna be fine. If you want to have that little leprechaun on your shoulder about when your engine's gonna blow, you can get your Demon 170. It's gonna be worth more in some time in the near future. But is the engine gonna blow? I mean, that's just a question mark. I mean, hell, like top speed wise, the TRX top speed is what 121, 125, something like that. And then the D170 top speed is 149. I know I saw a Racer X video where you're going, oh yeah, my D170 went like 152. Like, yeah, in drag mode, it goes 152. Like, I know if I don't have drag mode on, I can't go for 149. It just stops. So I'm like, and I told you guys, before in like other videos and stuff, I got a lot of like family issues going on. So that's why you haven't really seen me make videos. And that's part of the reason I wanted to do another live stream, because, doing videos, I do a lot of preparation when it comes to doing a video. I talk to people, like I have a guy, he sends me UAW stuff literally every single day, but I don't have the time with all the stuff going on in my life to go through every single UAW thing, because I usually will get information from one person, then try to verify with 2-3 other people if that is actually true, and then do more research to bring in more data, and then actually go and make the video. So a lot of times when I make a video, it might take me 3-4 days of collecting data and verifying information before I actually make the video. So I mean, I got plenty of guys. I mean, I got multiple guys I know that work for the UAW or Unifor that sends me information almost on a daily basis, and I just haven't had the time to sit down and actually make the videos because I got so much stuff going on. Because like I told you guys in like other videos, the crap that happened to Racer X last year and OC Motivate last year with her family, the same thing's gonna happen to me. I just don't know when the hell it's gonna happen. So it's like I'm on pins and needles trying to brace myself for when something crazy is going to happen. That it's kind of like taking my focus off of making videos. So doing live streaming is a lot easier because I can just go in here and just ramble and talk and stuff. But I mean, doing live streaming is not exactly the same thing as making videos that actually helps pay to go and keep my cars. So that's what I'm going like. That's what I'm trying to figure out now. Do I get rid of one of the cars? Do I get rid of both the cars? Do I get rid of my D170? Do I get rid of my Z06? Do I get rid of both of them at the same time and just clear the decks and move on to the next thing? So I'm like, that's kind of like where I'm at right now. I'm trying to get some stuff taken care of by tomorrow. That's going to kind of help make that decision. So, because I mean, my D170, honestly, I don't really film anything with it on the channel to justify keeping it. The Z06, I don't film anything with the Z06 to justify keeping it. I don't even talk about Chevy stuff. So it's not like it's like if I get rid of both cars that I don't think really anyone's going to care that I got rid of both cars. And just clear the decks, and then maybe like next year go and see what's out there to grab. I mean, the only other thing that I know that I want coming on the horizon is I want a ZR1. And I technically I got an allocation for a ZR1, but it always gonna be in the hands of the dealer until it comes in, until I get the keys in my hand. I don't trust a dealer. So apparently I don't have to pay a markup on the car, but I don't trust dealers to be a man of the word. So, because I done got burnt multiple times. I done got burnt by Burns Motors. I done got burnt by Chapman. I done got burnt by Rick Hendrick. I mean, hell, those are just the 3 recent ones. So, I'm like, do I just get rid of all 3 of them? I mean, all 3 of them? Well, get rid of both of them and get rid of some of the other stuff I have, right? Because I mean, you guys don't really know, but I have other assets as well. So I mean, like I said earlier, you guys probably don't know. I got a 69 Camaro sitting outside. I got a 70 Chevelle sitting outside. I got a 67 GTO sitting outside. Like like those other cars, they're not exactly running, but the amount of, I guess, value I have in those cars, I can go sell those cars and clip enough money to go grab one thing that I really want to grab. Which, I mean, there's a like I'm the type of person where I don't like to have one particular car. I like to have options, like multiples. Like, so that's why I like, oh, D170 is cool, Z06 is cool, but then it's like, I was thinking the other day, it rained all last week with this whole hurricane stuff. Cause I'm here in North Carolina. I'm not in the western part of North Carolina where it got like flooded out and people are dead or stuck up in the mountains on top of their house and stuff. I'm not that close to where it was at, but I got like so much water over here and so much rain over here, and I was just sitting down thinking, going like, if I had to actually go and drive in the rain, I can't drive my D170 in the rain at all. Period. Like it can just drizzle and the car slips. And then the Z06, it basically has Michelin Cup 2 pilots on there, so it basically had like sticky tires on it too. So I got like two vehicles that I really can't drive in the rain. So I'm going like, if I'm in a water situation, what can I drive? Like the only car I have to drive that I can drive in the rain is my daily driver, and that's a 2004 Chevy Avalanche. So not exactly like the nicest vehicle, right? But it's like, I'm going like, I got two brand new cars, and it really not safe to drive either one of them in the rain. So I'm going like, do I just get rid of one of the cars and go grab a pickup truck? Do I get rid of one of the cars and, or get rid of both cars and, I don't know, grab me a SUV and a pickup truck? Or do I get rid of both of them and grab and leave, well, maybe leave one vehicle and one truck or one SUV? Cause like, I mean, there's like a few vehicles that I like, and I'm going like, I'd had to really change my life around in order to get some of them, right? I mean, I want an Escalade V. I think that's a very cool vehicle. Like ever since I done seen them suckers on the road and I'm just hearing them and I see how fast they move and then they just go like this when they're going down the road, I'm going like, man, I really want an Escalade V, but that's $160,000. That's basically like the same cost as my Z06, and my Z06 costs more than my D170 did. And my D170, like I said, I didn't pay sticker price for my D170. I didn't pay a markup. I can't say how much I paid for my D170, but let's just say I paid nowhere near what some other people did. So my D170 is like literally, like, nah, I'm not gonna give that a hint, but my Z06 costs way more per month than my D170 does. So it's like, do I get rid of the Z06 and maybe sell that vehicle and go get an Escalade V? Or, I mean, some of the other things that's what I'm trying to figure out, with the whole time moving on, because I'm just getting to the point where, a lot of people don't really know. I'm going to turn literally 40 in February. So I probably think I'm still in my early 30s, but I'm actually going to turn 40 in February. And I'm going like, just sitting back looking, especially when, you got other people who's sick around you. You start looking at your life and just looking at your own mortality, going like, I mean, what the heck am I doing? Like I still having to work really a 9 to 5 and I'm not really moving the needle forward. Like I never been a type of person where I like to be stuck in the same place. I always try to move forward in life. So it's going like, what do I do next? How do I go take that next step? I've already done been an adult for like down near 20 years or 22 years or 21 years. I've been an adult for 21 years. And it's like, I moved forward, but I haven't moved forward enough to where I would have hoped to have been 10 years ago. So now it's like, do I just get rid of these assets that I've accrued or however you say it? I don't got the best sounding of words. Do I just get rid of all these assets that I've collected over the past 21 years and then go and maybe start a business? So I'm going like, if I go start a business, then I can still do YouTube. I can go maybe start another channel about the business and stuff and maybe do stuff like that. So that's one of the things that I have to kind of wrap my brain around, because I mean, do I still, because I've been in IT, like you guys, like I said, you don't really know. I've been in IT from like, I've been in IT for over 20 something years. So I've been in IT for 20 years. I done, like, other than, like, I done been like, I've always been like one person down from the CTO, which is the chief technology officer. I've been like literally that high up in companies. But then it's like, IT just got to the point where it's really a lot of the IT jobs not really where they once was. And then you got a lot of, I'm not even gonna get into politics. You got a lot of nonsense going on where you got a lot of, let's just say, foreign people who bring down the cost of jobs. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna say which part. I'm gonna say there's a lot of foreign people who bring down a lot of jobs in the IT fields. I'm going like, do I want to keep continuing into a race to the bottom? So I'm going like, I'm just sick and tired of it, man. I'm just sick and tired of being in the same spot. So I'm like, and the beautiful thing about having this YouTube channel is I have access to a lot of you guys. And so a lot of you guys, I talk in the background because a lot of you guys hit me on social media. And I know guys who are worse off than me, but I know a lot of guys who are way better off than me. I know guys who are like what I make in a year, they might spend in a weekend. So I was talking to them. They're like, "Hey, man, you're way too smart and you're way too helpful and stuff to be literally stuck in the same spot or just like not trying to push yourself forward." So I'm going like, that's part of the reason why I haven't really made videos and stuff, because I'm really right there at the point of like, I see you look at your mortality, right? I mean, how many more years I want to keep doing the same thing, and just living to the point of like, paycheck to paycheck, paycheck to paycheck. I mean, that's honestly what it is. I mean, so that's what I'm going like. I think the next step forward is like, I'm definitely going to, and especially in my eyes, go and expand to get stuff to get out there more. Let me see. I see some of y'all. Something is messed up with missing a half of a bearing. Oh yeah. Like, hey, apparently it's fake. Apparently it's fake, and I'm lying. People who have 1 million subscribers, they know every single thing. But remember, your health and family is always first. Oh yeah, apparently, like, but it's not my health though. It's somebody else's health. So it's like, I'm gonna tell you, like, it really kind of put things in perspective that you just never freaking know when something crazy might happen. And it's like, what are you doing for those underneath you? What are you doing for your descendants? What are you doing to make sure that something happens to you that they're taken care of? Because I mean, I have literally one 5-year-old, and if something happened to me right now, what would he have? Like honestly, like if I don't have a will or a trust or anything like that, set aside for him, does anything that I own now even gonna go to him by the time he gets to an adult? Is his college education gonna be taken care of? So it's like, it kind of like once you see like people close to you having issues with their health and how far they can fall in such a short time, it kind of puts your own life into perspective of like, if something happens to you, what's gonna happen to your kids? And so, like, I mean, until like the last 5 years, I never had to think of that because I only got one kid that's 5 years old. So it's like 5 years ago, I didn't give a damn what happened to any of my stuff, because something happened to me. Hell, my mom, my brother, one of them can get whatever I want. They can get my stuff. My mom, my brother, my sister, whoever. I don't care. Like, I'm gone. But now it's like, now I got my own child. It's like, damn, like, what in the crap is going to happen if something happens to me? So that's what I'm going like, do you just, stay stuck in the same spot, or do you work to make sure that everything's taken care of and then keep pushing forward? So that's why I'm going like, part of this video, is it time to move on? Is it time do you just stay stuck where you're at now, or you try to move forward? Do you try to bring other people along for the ride too and make everyone's life better? Because that's one of the things that I've done with a lot of my videos. I've presented a lot of you guys a lot of information to help you out, especially to make a lot of great sound decisions when come to buying a car. And then for some of you guys, I probably I think one guy, I probably done saved him 60, I probably done saved one guy over $120,000 from the nonsense with their demon to talking about to basically going to Dodge and getting their warranty denial reversed. So I probably don't save one guy like 120 grand. I probably don't save a bunch of you guys 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand, 60 grand here and there. So it's like I've done a lot of things to help other people out, but it's like I want to do more than that. I want to be able to go and actually do more, get more people into a better spot than where we are at now. Because, like I said, I like, and everybody who talks to me in the background, they pretty much know that I'm always a person that I'll go help out and don't ask for anything in return. That's just generally how I am. Oh man, let's see, Hellcat America. We are in the same boat. Let us know if you want to collab. Oh, Hellcat America. Oh, just hit me up on social media, man. I don't know exactly what it is that you do. I can't really see anybody's subscriber count when it comes to the little chat thing. So I don't know if you got a YouTube channel or whatever, but yeah, I'm always down to collab with people. That's one thing I was going to do with TK and OC. Will all of us collab and probably start like another channel that just strictly like podcasting, where it's like 2 or 3 of us on a video at the same time, and then we basically come and bring in people. Because I was telling, you know, because I was thinking the other day, I'm like, look, what if we have in there where, like, you know, OC talk about all the ways that help you get a car. TK talk about all the things that you can do at the dealership to make sure they don't try to take you. And then, you know, I could bring the perspective of like someone who always does research before I go buy a car. Things that I look for to see whether or not I can get a car at a certain price, or if I can basically like cause a lot of things I do is I make dealers compete with one another. I go find a car at one price, and then I'll go and mention another dealer about that price. I go mention another dealer about that price, and I try to make sure these guys are competing with one another to earn my money. Because at the end of the day, they got to earn my money for me to give them hundreds of thousands of dollars. So that's what I'm going. Like, I think it'd be a cool perspective of how to get yourself financially situated with OC in order to get the car. Then TK, where he was a dealer and he knows how to get around all the nonsense the dealers are talking about. And then me, I'm in there where I'm like, I do a lot of research to go and make dealers compete with one another. And I do a lot of research and reach out to a lot of dealerships at the same time to go find a vehicle. So I think that'd be a cool trifecta podcast. All 3 of us is on there where we try to help everybody out and try to get vehicles like that. And then even like even just with us 3, all 3 of us don't gotta be on a video at the same time. I mean, we can go and bring in, I mean, I'm just gonna throw it out there, maybe demonology, like talk about how to get your car set up to better drag race. Maybe hell, maybe bring in Racer X if he's up to it, to talk about, you know, trying to, I guess, get in cool with companies or corporations, or you know, setting some stuff straight. Because I heard he doesn't really like me particularly much. Since I made a video about him too. Maybe bring out like Knockout 360, talk about all these cars getting stolen. Because I've seen that's a lot of videos he does now about cars getting stolen, all the nonsense going on with stuff. Maybe bring in like just bring in other people, or like bring in somebody who works for a security company for like the security system and stuff. So it's like a lot of things that I'm thinking that we can do on a podcast and put it on a lot of platforms to kind of put out a lot of good information and stuff. Let's see. I'm trying to get a D170 at the moment, and I called 15 dealers today. I can only afford 10K over MSRP. Oh, chill. So yeah, like I would say if anything, I would go message probably TK, because I think TK has a good ear to the ground of where some of these cheaper Demon 170s are at. And then I would probably say between that, well, I don't know if you know somebody who's a friend of yours as a dealer, because they can go on each other's systems and see where every single Demon 170 is at. Because some of the Demon 170s don't show up in their on their website. They don't show up Demon 170, they show up as Red Eyes, or they show up as Hellcats. So sometimes there are more cars out there that you actually know about, and just keep bugging them, just keep calling them every week to see whether or not they're going to drop the price. So it's a lot of things you can do to go find one at a certain cost. If you need help with one, just just hit me up on Instagram, Butter the Insider, and I'll see if I can ask around to help you go find your D170. Oh, let's see. Chill point. I will wait to buy D170. I mean, honestly, I I would think it's probably better to go buy one now and then later, because I think they're about to cut interest rate point at the Fed, so people are gonna be able to get into borrowing more money in order to get one of those demons. So I would aggressively look now, honestly, to tell you the truth. Let's see. Will and trust are good to protect your assets as a will. Yeah, that's one thing I'm trying to wrap my head around and actually get that stuff, because you know I'm not exactly like the most financial savvy person, so not like I really know all the legal ramifications right now. I'm just a guy who go to work every damn day making YouTube videos here and there. Let's see. Let's see. The price of D170 is in 2025 will drop more. I mean, I don't know. Like, if the Fed keep dropping points, I think the prices are gonna go up because people are gonna be able to spend more money to afford it. I should probably sell my stage 2 red eye now and save for Demon 170. I mean, honestly, you can I guess depending on how much you own it, you can just trade it in. And that's gonna save you basically some money on paying the taxes. I know that's how it is in North Carolina. If you trade a car in, it goes towards the taxes on the other vehicle. OC motivated TK and yourself help so many. Yeah. Oh, don't burn myself out. So, I mean, honestly, Perry, I've taken a break from YouTube. Like I haven't really made a video since June because I've been having to deal with going with so much family stuff that a lot of times, and you can probably see it in like the views on the videos. Like I haven't really got to the point where I go really in depth like I normally did because I don't really have the time. So it's like, man, I mean, that's what I'm trying. That's why it got me going. Like, what should I do to get to the point where I can feel comfortable that something happens, everything's taken care of? I mean, I've already accepted the point that something is going to happen. It's not easy to accept it, but it's like I have to make sure that everything is taken care of. So part of this I gotta do actually tomorrow to go and take care of some stuff. So that's what I'm going, like, you know, I'm like, you know, just sitting here because I haven't really went to work since I think that one of the last times I went to actually do an IT job. Well, I did one today, but it's not like a short-term thing. But like when I actually went out of town to go do a job, I think the last time I actually did a job was probably like August. And then ever since from August to now, I'm going like, do I really want to keep traveling out of town to go do these damn jobs and then just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth? It's like, I don't know, man. That's what I'm going, like, I think I'm gonna go jump into a new career. That's what I'm going, like, if I go and sell my assets, I'll clear up enough capital to go start another business. So that's like, you know, it's something I've been wanting to do. Cause like even with this YouTube channel, for example, right? Like I didn't really start making videos until 2019. And then I had been talking about making a YouTube channel since like what, 2010. So it's like, I delayed like 9 years even starting this channel. And I can only imagine if I had another 9 years in this channel, how many subscribers would I have between then and now? And like, you know, what basically what, 4 or 5 years, like, and I haven't really posted videos on a full-time schedule. Like I've always posted videos in part-time. So basically like 4.5, 5 years, I done got what, 36,000 subs. So if I had like triple that time, I mean, I would basically be around almost 100,000 subs if I had that much extra time invested into doing this. So it's like, you know, if I stop, I'm gonna go like, do I just stop putting off stuff that I've been wanting to do and just go ahead and just go jump into it? Because like even with like you know, when I had my TRX, for example, then that was back in 2021. I went and sold my TRX, and I basically used the money, that all the equity out of the TRX, to go put a down payment down to go buy 14 acres of land. So I literally own 14 acres of land. It's like a mile from my house. And it's like, how do I get from there in, I think I did that, what, 2022? Was it 20? Yeah, in 2022, that's when I actually acquired that land. So from 2022 to now, how do I get the cash I need to go develop 14 acres of land into a big development, right? So it's like, yeah, I need to go do some things different with my life in order to actually get to the point to where I can actually develop all that stuff. So it's like, yeah, I need to do a change. And it's like, you know, this whole thing with this whole health issue with my family, it's like, it kind of puts it in perspective that, you know, you keep delaying, it might not never happen. And then, like I said, if something happens to me, what happens to that damn land? What happens to the cars? What happens to the house I live in? What happens to none of that stuff? So I'm going like, I need to stop putting it off because like even when I travel out of town, and I mean I go work in DC, I go work in Chicago, I go work in like I mean I literally worked in every major city in the United States. I've worked from all the way from New York City to Miami, Florida to Los Angeles to all the way Chicago, Seattle. I worked in literally every major city, so there's always a chance something might happen to me. I've flown plenty of damn times, so it's like there's no guarantee I might get off a plane. There's no guarantee that some numbskull in Chicago might accidentally shoot me or carjack me, whatever, right? So, I mean, hell, like I had one time I was telling a friend of mine the other day, I was working in Detroit, probably like 10, 15 years ago. I was literally outside of a store and we was about to walk to the store to go into it and actually work. And these dudes are running down the street shooting at each other or pew pewing. Like I know you can't say certain words on YouTube, but these guys were poo 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 down the street and stuff. And then next thing I know, a bullet goes whizzing by my face and hits the wall. So I'm going like, if that dude would have aimed this far over, no butter insider. So it's like, yeah. So it's like, maybe I need to make sure things are taken care of before things are too late. Just don't assume that I'm going to live to be 150 years old. Just assume that something might happen tomorrow and then just be protected. So it's like, I'm going like, yeah, I'm definitely going to do a career change. And then like one of the things I'm going to do a career change is, I'm definitely going to start more YouTube channels based on the other stuff I'm going to do. Like I'm still going to do this and wrap my head around this stuff, but I'm also going to get into other things because a lot of times my time is taken up with, somebody trying to buy some fenders and stuff. But yeah, a lot of times my time is taken up doing IT stuff. I got to go out of town, all this other nonsense. So, I would have a lot more time, honestly, if I switch over careers and actually do real estate stuff. And, I've had a few friends of mine who are some of you guys, some subscribers and stuff. Like, hey, look, we'll do some investment stuff together. So I'm like, cool, thank you. I have nowhere near the amount of money they have, but I have to drive and the know-how to get stuff done. So we'll see what happens. And like I said, I'm gonna create some more YouTube channels and hopefully partner with some of you guys on some future stuff. Like I've already talked to several people, just chat with them because I know at least 2-3 guys who are like they do real estate a lot, so I've picked up a lot of things from them. So it's like that's gonna be my next thing. I'm gonna get into some real estate, and I mean I have to go and actually get enough money set aside to go work on my 14 acres of land I got sitting ripe for the picking. So so that's kind of what I'm gonna move on to. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move out of IT because IT is been there, done that. I've done IT literally my whole life, and it's like, here I am, midlife crisis, talking about I need to go do something else. So I'm going like, maybe I get rid of my demon, maybe I don't get rid of the demon. It just depends on how everything shakes out. Maybe I get rid of the demon, maybe I get rid of Z06, maybe I get rid of both of them, and then we'll just go from there. But like I said, I definitely have a lot of stuff to talk about. It's just that, when you got so much stuff going on, it's kind of hard to concentrate on making good quality videos. Cause like even some of the last videos that I made, I'm going like, damn, they only got like 5,000 views, 10,000 views, whatever. So I'm going like, I was normally averaging somewhere in the 30s or 40s or 50s. So it's like, So, I mean, I don't want to say it got me not motivated, but it was like, it's not like I'm not really making that much money off a video. So I'm like, but at the same time, my head just wasn't really in it like I normally is. So I'm gonna definitely, once I get some of the stuff taken care of this week, like hopefully tomorrow, I got a few more things checked off my list of stuff to get checked off of. I bought me a whiteboard sitting over there, and I had to write all my stuff down I got to take care of. And then hopefully after that crap, I'll be able to get back to my normal making videos, come out with videos all the time, and then covering a lot more stuff. Because the one thing I'm going like, one thing I noticed is like there's so much bad stuff going on. I'm like, man, there's really nothing positive to talk about. Like, I was enjoying making videos that, I go and find out stuff in the background with the company or stuff that's coming out that no one really knows about, right? Like the negative videos all the times about the demon and Stellantis, all that stuff. Like, I'm going like, you really can't help it because there's nothing positive to talk about. There's really nothing positive to talk about within Stellantis. And I'm going like, it kind of bums me out too. And I'm like, man, So I'm like, man, like, I was saying the UAW stuff. I got a lot of friends that work for the UAW, and a lot of them are like they're going to be suffering over the next few years because. And I tell a lot of my buddies, look, get out of Stellantis, just get out of that union because that leader of y'all's, he is like the worst thing that happened since the last union president. Like, this dude might have got y'all record contracts, but y'all guys are having record layoffs. Like, he literally did all this nonsense to get y'all the bag. But honestly, to me, I would have took a little bit less money. I would have took half the daggone increase that you got to get security and working. Like, that's honestly what I would have did. Like, I mean, you can argue for the 50. I think they got 50-something% pay raise increase. You can argue that money over 2 contracts. Get 20-25% the first contract, get another 20-25% the next contract, but make sure that if you take only 20% more money, that you make sure that you got job security put in there. Like, look, if we only take 20%, you gotta guarantee that, hey, you're gonna open up Belvedere in this contract. You gotta guarantee that you're not gonna send vehicles over to Egypt, like the Grand Cherokee L is open. They're going to be over in Egypt, being built over there. It's going to service the Egyptian market and the African market, and I think the UAE market too, right? Because I mean, like, for example, like Ram, Sterling Heights, they make trucks for the freaking for like Dubai and all that place, all the UAE places, right? They'll have like their own special little marker lights and glass and all that stuff put on those UAE cars, and they ship them all from Detroit. So if you're already shipping all these trucks from Detroit, why can't you ship the Jeeps from Detroit too? So the UAW, they dropped the bag, man. They should have made sure that in exchange for taking a little bit less money, take 20%, 25% instead of 50. If you take half of that money, like, hey, look, Stellantis will take half the money if you don't move production out of the country. If you're going to do another Durango replacement, it has to stay here at Mac. If you do another Grand Cherokee replacement, it has to stay right here. I think the Durango's made at JNAP or whatever they call the Detroit complex, whatever they call that crap now. And then if you're going to do an update to the Grand Cherokee, it has to stay right here at Mac. If you're going to do any updates to the Wrangler and stuff, it has to stay in Toledo. That freaking Wagoneer S. Y'all need to build y'all a Stella Large platform here in the United States. That way we can have the Wagoneer S built here. We can have the Challenger and the Charger replacement it built here. Because I mean, honestly, that's what they should have did. They should have been like, look, this next contract, we want to bring the Dodge cars back. Like, if we'll take, I don't know, 10-15%, will you retrofit Belvedere so we can go and make the electric cars and the Challenger, or not the Challenger, the new Charger there, right? Build that plant there. So I mean, there's a lot of things, honestly, that I would have did if I was UAW president. I would have tried to argue for stability rather than price increase, because if you make 50% more money but you work 50% less time, you're basically at the same exact place you was. And if you got all these people you got thousands of people getting laid off months after this contract, what was the whole point of the whole strike? You lost money on that strike, right? I mean, some people's only get paid a couple $100 a week being on strike for what? To get laid off again. So they lost like what, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that, of pay to get laid off for a contract that, I mean, honestly, to me, usually when someone offers you a contract, you always vote no on the first contract, because usually there's stuff in there that they want, that they try to sneak by on you, and it's up to you to catch on to it. So, I mean, typically, I know to always reject the first offer, because if they're willing to give you that, they're willing to give you a little bit more. So honestly, they should have rejected that first offer from Stellantis, from Ford, and all them, and just argued for stability. If we take a little bit less money, Will you guarantee products do not get moved out of the country? Will you guarantee for 4 years you would not shutter a plant? And I think they would have been better off. Honestly, that's my thought. Oh, let's see. May also try to get another 2018 demon. I mean, another one. I mean, I can't even find my Vim match 2018 demon. You talking about having another one? Awesome investment switch to property. Yeah, Ron. I'm gonna try to. I already got the property sitting, but in order to develop anything, you gotta have cold hard cash. And so 14 acres, that's a lot of units to put over there. So that's why I need to get a lot of money, hopefully the next few years, to go and kind of do that big giant project. I'll be like, I remember, what was it, Demolition Ranch? He did the whole abandoned mansion stuff. So it'd be like, I'll be like the Black Demolition Ranch, but instead of doing one house, it'd be like 40. That'd be a crazy video series. I feel you. I've been in IT for 2.5 years, already burnt out. Yeah, IT is crazy, Trippy. I've been in IT for over 20 years, man. So I'm like, you're not, unless you're like in IT, you have to know the right people to get to the right spots. If you're just one of those, if you're just a soldier in IT where you basically go company to company because they lay you off every 2 years, you're not really going to ever really move up. And it's like, it doesn't even matter if you have a master's degree. You just don't get, there's not a lot of like VP spots, not a lot of CTO spots available for you to jump into those higher tiers of jobs. And you got to wait. I mean, I know some cats, they had to be old to get a CTO. I mean, they had to be in IT for like 40 plus years to get into a CTO spot. I'm going like, dude, I know more than those damn CTOs do now. And I'm in my 30s. I mean, I got more experience working for, I mean, hell, not because I've been fired, but I've contracted for at least 60, 70 companies in the last 20 years. So, I mean, it was some years I worked for 4 or 5 different companies. I've worked for like 4 or 5 of the top 100 Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies, especially in finance. I work for literally every big, every big investment chain in the world. Like I've worked for one that was based out of Switzerland before, and worked with them. But it's like with IT, is like they just got to the point where that field is so saturated, especially when you got foreign labor coming in, and these guys, like, they're like dropping the prices down so massively. And then a lot of these guys, they can basically do remote work from their country. I'm not gonna say what country they're from, but if you're in IT, you know exactly what race I'm talking about. Where they come in, they force everyone else to work at lower wages because they're willing to accept lower pay. And then a lot of times these guys work out of the country through VPN. They go do jobs that you can do right here. And I mean, because I've been the person who was hired to overlook them because these guys can't speak good English. And the guys who are higher up don't want to talk to them directly. They want to talk to me because I can speak English. And now I got to go deal with these other guys. And I've had to work, crazy freaking hours because the time zone difference, right? I gotta work at like nighttime. I gotta work like nighttime to like what? Oh man, I forgot what time it was. I think I had to work from like 2 o'clock in the morning to like 10 o'clock in the morning just so I can interface with these guys from the other country, and then have enough hours when everyone else in the American company comes in to go answer stuff. So, hey, goodbye, Dodge. I'm not saying the name, but if you know, just like Trippy said, if you know, the market is saturated with these guys. And it wasn't until like, like I said, I'm about to turn 40 next, well, really within the next 6 months, I'm turning 40, right? So I've been in IT since I was 18. So I've been in the game for a long period of time. I was in the game, and it was a lot better when those guys wasn't saturating the market, because you made a lot more money. You was able to move up a lot quicker than when those guys flooded the market. And so now I'm going like, dude, it's just not even worth it. Like I mean, shoot, like, man, like I'm just gonna leave it there. Like hell, like even I even told my niece. My niece was going like, "Oh man, well, what IT job, what IT career I should get?" I'm like, "Baby, don't go do it." She's like, "Why? IT pays money." I'm going like, "Yeah, it pays money, but you gotta work a lot. You might not be doing a lot of stuff, but you're gonna be just so damn aggravated for not enough pay." And that's literally any job in America right now. You're not never gonna get paid what you're worth. So you never, and they're like, I forgot which one of y'all guys I talked to told me, they're like, look, you're never gonna get rich working for somebody else. You're never gonna get ahead working for somebody else. Like you literally have to have, you literally have to make so much money and don't have any assets in order to live comfortable now. So it's like, yeah, I really took that to heart. I'm going like, yeah, I'm definitely going to move to the next thing. Like I like doing YouTube and stuff, and I definitely want to expand doing YouTube because it doesn't cost you guys to basically listen to me talk. So I think cybersecurity is where the real bag is at. I mean, honestly, I know guys who make a lot of money just doing freelance, like freelance programming, like especially like when a company needs to have like a mobile app. Because right now everybody's mobile, everybody has phones. So guys who make apps, they make a ton of money. Especially somebody who's like freelance and a company goes to them to go design an app for them and stuff. Oh, they make a ton of money. They make a ton of money. And they're like, once you get like your templates, all that crap down, and you can just cut and paste, and just do little changes to it. Them dudes make money. There's a lot of guys that make money in IT, but they don't work for other companies. They're always either consultants who consult for another company because they got some of their they got a lot of certifications and crap. But I don't got time for that nonsense. I've done like one of my degrees is in cybersecurity, but I'm like, man, I ain't about to go keep getting all these damn certifications and crap. Like I'm just like, man, I'm trying to live my damn life. So I'm like, man, I'm like, dude, I'm good. And then the funny part is, I actually told Jobs that. Like, look, you're like, oh, hey, yeah, we're interested in you, but you don't have any certifications. I'm going like, look, I work so much, I don't got time to waste my time to go study a book about something and take a test that 90% of the stuff I'm learning in that book, I'm not even going to apply in real life. And the funny part was, I said that to a damn job, and they actually gave me the damn job. But that was the funny part. It was because like I was working as a consultant, so I had to go interview with the client to see whether or not they wanted me to be placed with certain clients. And so this client was like, I want to say this client was in like Denver, Colorado. Like I said, I live in North Carolina. And I was like, man, I told that dude in the interview, like, look, man, I don't got time to get certification, man. I work 40 to 60 hours a week. I don't got time to take off, study for a damn class or study for a certification, take the certification to learn something that I already learned from working in the IT field for like 15 years, and then keep having to do the same tests over and over again to get one particular job that might ask me out of like 30 jobs or 30 interviews or like 10 interviews, right? So I was like, man, I ain't got time for that nonsense. And they gave me the job. That's the funny part. Like some of these damn places where they were like, oh, well, we need certifications. Oh, we need this, we need that. I'm like, dude, I don't need that crap. Like, I got real world experience. I'm like, man, look, I don't work at this point. I don't work for 15 different companies in 15 different areas, or not 15 areas. I don't work for banks, financial institutions, hospital chains, restaurants. I done did IT work for so many different companies, and I've always gotten the job done. And I'm like, hell, even there's something that I don't know, I got friends I can call that'll tell me what the heck I need to daggone do to fix something. And even that don't work, I can go Google it. And I was being very blunt with that damn dude. Like he was like the I think he was like the dude underneath the CTO. I was like, dude, I ain't got time for that nonsense. And you can tell, I did not want that job at all, period. I did not want to go move from North Carolina to damn Denver and go freeze my butt cheeks off because they wanted me to go move there in like July, August. Like hell, every time I go watch football and stuff, I go watch the Broncos. It starts snowing like September, October. So I'm gonna be there stuck for a year, and half the year it's gonna be snowing. I'm like, man, I'm not doing that, man. But they gave me the freaking job. I'm like, oh God. My firm and my little consultant firm was like, oh well, they send you an offer, yada yada yada. You must have made an impression on them. I'm like, shit. Like, it wasn't an impression I was looking for. I was hoping for them to not give me the job. And then I stayed in Denver, and I literally went there, and Denver was a trip because I stayed there from like basically July to July. I had to work there for like a year. And wintertime in Denver is funny. It's so funny being there because those people who live in Denver, they don't like to wear coats when it's cold as hell. Like, that was one of the most trippiest things I can remember from working in Denver. Like, I seen people in like the middle of November. It's like 20, 30 degrees outside. And here they come walking around with a kid with no coat on. Like the kid got a onesie on that you can see their arms and their legs. It's like 20 degrees outside. And these dudes are like walking around like it is not 20, 30 degrees outside. I'm freezing. And these mothers is like walking around like it ain't nothing. I'm like, what the heck? Like, you ain't worried about your little baby gonna get pneumonia, and they walking around in shorts and shirt. I got like a long sleeve shirt on. I got a sweater on. I got like thick sweatpants on. I'm like, these dudes ain't worried about this crap. Like, I guess you gotta be from Denver to live in Denver. Do you have any sources about if and when the Stage 3 kits will be released? I actually can talk to my buddy because he actually knows Chuck, the guy that's over Direct Connection, and apparently the Stage 3 kits are done. I was told that they're going to be released after the D170s get out of the dealerships. And then a buddy of mine tell me that they canceled the Stage 3 kits. And then I had that same buddy tell me that he saw Chuck post on one of the Direct Connection Facebook groups that they're going to actually release Stage 3 kits. So they've been wishy-washy about when exactly they're going to do it. And at the same time, they said even released the 2018 Demon Stage kits. So I'm going like, what is Dodge doing? Like, I don't know whether or not even Stellantis is like, we're going to just cancel it. Like, this company is just so, Let's see. Why don't you try? You get the job, but when when you don't try, you get the job, but when you try to get the job you don't get it. Hey, that's how it is sometimes, man. But it also depends on, like, the person. Like, it also depends on who's interviewing you, right? Yeah, and I told people this before. Like, when you're trying to find you a job, always do interviews for jobs that you don't want. That way you can see all the crap that they ask you. Cause these guys are going to ask you all these random questions to see whether or not you're fit for the job. So always interview for the jobs that you don't want. And then when you get enough of those under your belt and you kind of know what to expect and you feeling yourself good and you start getting offers from them, don't take the offers. Go and start interviewing for the jobs that you really do want. That way you can polish yourself to actually get the job that you actually do want. So I've done that crap and it worked for me a lot. Like, I'll go and apply for like it'll be stupid IT jobs, like IT job working for like, let's say like, maybe one of like McDonald's corporate office or something like that, or like an IT job in like another state, another IT job. Yeah. A lot of times I do that crap too. I'll go apply for IT jobs out of state and always go do the interview and stuff and write down the questions that they ask me. And a lot of times I'll go and record the interview. Like, I have another phone or a tablet, whatever, record the interview and stuff to see how I sounded and how I respond to the questions, and then just start to drill down on like the stuff that they ask you, the curveballs that they try to throw at you. Because a lot of times what happen is, if it's a job that you don't want and they give you a curveball question, hey, what do you do if this IP packet does not reach this computer and you're in this scenario, blah, blah, blah. Or what happens if this blah, blah, blah fails and you're in disaster recovery, blah, blah, blah. Like, when they ask you these questions, record a conversation, because then you can be like, well, what would you do? Since they're the experts, a lot of times they'll tell you, and then you can go use their answers on the next test or the next interview. So somebody asks you, hey, what are some of the things that you've had to do in the past? Well, one of the things I had to do in the past was the crap that the other interviewer explained to me when he interviewed me for the job I didn't want. So, And Jalen, it's a curveball because sometimes these guys ask you on IT interviews about stuff that wouldn't happen in a million years, but they'll ask you that crap like you're supposed to know every single thing that happens when something happens in IT. There's like a million things that can go wrong, and these dudes expect you to have the exact answer when it happens. I'm like, I mean, there's a reason why there's an outage for hours, because sometimes it takes a while to figure out exactly what went wrong. So it's like, man, these like some of these interviews, they just try to throw things on you and try to stumble you up, and then try to weed out the people who are more creative than you. But like I said, at the end of the day, all you gotta do is take interviews for jobs you don't want, record the interview, listen to what the damn person tells you that they would do in that scenario, and the next person asks you, hey, what's some of the issues that you faced that you fixed in the past? Basically just remember what the other guy said, and you did that. Like, I literally did that for my early jobs. Like, when I was like first getting into IT, because a lot of times you get into IT, they were like, oh, well, you don't have experience. You haven't been in the IT field for like a year or two. So I did that crap. I literally took interviews for jobs I didn't want. I listened to all the crap they said these guys did. I recorded what they said, and then I just kind of memorized what they said. And then when they told me, oh, well, you don't really have experience, but I mean, what's some of the issues you face? Like, oh, well, I did this in this scenario, and I did this in this scenario, and I did this in this scenario. They're like, oh, and then now they're impressed. So now they'll hire you. So, I mean, it's not like, hey, like I said, you can use other jobs to your advantage, right? So, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to make paper, and sometimes to make paper, sometimes you got to embellish what you're doing. And I never did that to a job, and I was in over my head when I actually got there. Like, a lot of times, these guys ask you some of the craziest, stupidest questions, and then when you get in there, it's like you ain't gonna do crap, right? Like, I remember one job I worked at in New York City. They asked me all this crazy nonsense. What would I do in this scenario? What would I do in that scenario? I get in there. The only thing I had to do was babysit a bunch of people from another country, and just go to meetings and just interface with the people who speak English, and go relay back to the guys who don't speak English what to do. That's literally all I did for like a year or two. I was literally so bored at that corporate job. Like, I was literally right across the street from where what's the name of the helicopters for the president? What was that Marine One, where they where they fly the president. Like, this is when Trump was president. So like, I would be right there in like a couple buildings down the street from where Trump would land, or his wife would land. And I'm literally sitting there, and that'd be my most exciting thing of the day. I see the president landing on the damn launch pad. We looking down, and that'd be the most exciting thing I did all day. Then I go back, sit at my damn desk, trying to stay awake. And, all I got to do is literally just, hey, we need done. Okay, let me go type the guys in another country. Hey, you guys need to do this. Hey, when's the next meeting? Like, I'll literally sit for 8 hours inside of a skyscraper, trying to stay awake, and do 3 meetings a day with a CTO about stuff going on, and then relay what's going on to the guys in another country. And that's all I did for like, I want to say I did that job for maybe a year and a half. And that was like the last corporate job I did. Cause I got like, man, I'm just bored of this nonsense. I literally got to sit here living in New York. I got to go ride a train for like 2-3 hours to get to the job. Try to stay awake, and then take another 2-3 hours to ride a train back home. And I got to deal with homeless people on the damn trains and all this other nonsense, and like tens of millions of people bumping into me all over the place. I'm going like, man, I'm not doing this crap no more, man. I'm out of this junk. I'm out of this, man. I'm done. Let's see. That's why I hate college so much. I go in for engineering, but I'll take a couple classes that don't have nothing to do with engineering. Oh yeah, I'll tell one of my homegirls that crap yesterday. She was like, she going in to get one of her nursing degrees, that way she could be an RN. And she's like, I'm like, hey, so what classes are you taking? Because she just went there a few weeks ago, and she was like, oh, well, I got to take I gotta take like like an art class, and I gotta take like a art class and some other stupid class. I'm going like, what the heck does art got to do? Like art history. Like, what the heck does art history got to do with you messing with somebody's IV vein? I'm like, what the? I'm like, come on, man. Like high school, we learned everything we need to know about art and history and science and all that crap. Unless I'm going in for an art major, I don't need to take another art class. Unless I'm going in for freaking biology, I don't need to take a biology class learning IT. Like, come on, bro. Like they're like I said, they're really just in there for the money, making you take stupid classes that has nothing to do with your job. And I like, I'm totally with that too. Like I told my niece, I like, look, she's like, oh man, I want to go to college and get the college experience. I'm like, it's not worth it. Like, trust me, it's not worth it. I got 3 college degrees. The cost of the 3 degrees literally was not worth the amount of crap I had to go learn and study for in college. Like, you can literally go to a trade school and learn exactly what you need to learn and make way more money and be out of debt way faster than going to a 4-year college. I mean, it's just, and then a lot of these jobs, right? You can be in IT without an IT degree. Because you can go to you can go to companies and like, especially like either IT staffing companies or like IT service companies, where a lot of these big companies, they'll go contract work out to these other companies, and you don't have to have a degree to work for them. All you gotta do is have IT experience, and you can lie about IT experience all day and day long. You can go watch YouTube videos on how to do certain things in IT, say you got experience, lie about it. Like, hell, like I'm not gonna say I did this, but I'm just gonna say that I've had jobs where I know people who said they worked for like Food Line or whatever, and they basically worked on the cash register, but they said they worked in the IT department. They worked on help desk. Because the job is never gonna call to verify that you worked on help desk. So you can lie and say you got IT experience. You just never went to college. So you can literally be like that's another thing that kills me, right? Like, a lot of times I go work and I be working with people that has no damn degree. So I had to go into damn debt for like 70, 80 grand while somebody else with literally no IT experience can work right beside me and make almost the same amount of money I do. Like, no, I'm good. So that's what I told my niece. Don't go to 4-year school. 4-year school is crazy. And I'm gonna tell my son the same thing too when he get older. I'm like, look, you don't necessarily need to go to college. I'm not gonna tell you I'm not gonna help you pay for college, but I'm gonna tell you that you don't necessarily need college to do certain things in life. You can like, especially if you work for yourself, you don't need a degree. Like, unless you can be like like a financial person working in the financial industry, and you got to have like a financial degree, or you got to have like a real estate certification or whatever. Unless you got something like that, or you got to go to medical school in order to be a doctor. Everybody other than that, or a lawyer or whatever, you really don't need a degree for really anything. So I mean, I know one thing. It was like, I know a girl. She's basically like oh damn, what do you call those people that work underneath lawyers? God, what are the name of the people working underneath lawyers? I forgot the daggone name. But she's one of the girls work underneath the damn lawyer, and she makes like down there $100 an hour, or somewhere else, something like that. So I'm like, I know mugs like they work under lawyers, and with no degree, and all they do is paperwork. And anybody, I think the girl make 50. No, she make $50 an hour. She make $50 an hour, but she ain't got no degree. I'm like, college is stupid. Your honest opinion, should I wait for a stage 3 or buy D170? Like, honestly, that's a tough one. It depends. If you're gonna drag race, D170. If you're gonna be hustling on the street, stage 3. It's really that simple. Facts. I forgot nearly everything I learned in college. Now I'm paying off student loans for 10 years. Oh yeah, trippy. Like, hey, I'm still paying it, and that's like 20 years ago. I'm still paying off my damn student loans. So it's like, hell, I just got them consolidated because I went to school 3 times, and it was hitting me up 3 different times for payments. So I'm like, man, oh yeah, paralegal. There you go, paralegal. Yep. That's what it is, paralegal. But like, yeah, I went to school 3 times. So I had 3 different bills. I just consolidated all 3 of my student loans about 2 months ago. God, like, man, I'm tired of this nonsense, man. It's literally like going to college is like having a second mortgage. That's basically what it is. Cause you got to pay the crap back in 30 years. That's basically what it is. It's basically like a second mortgage or something that you can't live in. Let's see. Fake it till you make it. Yep. Unless you can get funded by somebody else. Yeah. But a lot of jobs don't fund your college education anymore. A lot of times they'll just, I mean, I remember almost every IT job used to do that crap. Oh, we'll contribute 25% or 50% of your education or whatever. But like, you know, a lot of companies don't do that crap anymore because now they're like, I mean, hell, some companies won't even really match your 401k contributions anymore. Like they won't match the, what was it, like 4%. A lot of times they won't do that crap anymore. Oh, legal assistant. Oh, yeah, legal assistant, paralegal. Yep. Mm-hmm. Stellantis is losing. They might not come out. They might have come out with stage 3 kiss. I mean, hell, like I don't think they really understand that they made so many of these cars that they can literally just keep developing stuff for these cars and people will buy it, right? Because I mean, like I know one thing. Because I've been watching Manny Koshman, for example, right? And I saw with his older McLaren, like his SLR, McLaren will come out with a kit, and they'll do it for like 10 people, and the customer come in, bring the McLaren, and have like a one-off or one of 10 updated McLaren SLR, different exhausts, different interiors, and all this other crap, and things are freshened up, new paint and all that stuff. Like honestly, Dodge can do that crap, right? They can literally go and be like, hey, look, we're gonna offer for 50 customers. You come in, we'll basically go in, we will basically redo all the leather in your car, do something special. We'll go do a special color that we never offered on those cars, and we'll give you like a one of 50 badge or something like that. We'll go in and we'll add in another 500 horsepower, yada yada yada, through tuning and stuff, blah 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 blah. And they can literally like do that crap and make extra money off that crap. Like they can literally train their power brokers to do these upgrades to these older cars, and customers just go into any power broker and get these upgrades done. I mean, that's what I thought the whole purpose of power brokers was going to be, right? Dodge was going to basically do all this other stuff in the background and train certain dealers on how to do it. Oh, he's talking about the daggone he talking about that robocall layoff the UAW had. Yeah, you gonna see that video pretty soon about that robocall that the UAW got, because all of them got laid off. So I'll be talking to TK and them in the background. So that's who was sending that message. They need to hire Tim back, make him CEO of everything. Well, it might happen depending on if they vote Carlos out. That's funny. I just got done putting on my stage 17 kit, except for wide body kits. Yeah, we found out through multiple power brokers they sell the kits but won't install. Oh wow. That I mean, like I said, what was the whole point of power brokers then, right? And they should have had the ability just to freaking allow them to do all the install stuff. But it's just freaking nonsense. What is the point of power brokers? I mean, I can understand you have a situation where, like, you know, you have certain people who can sell. I mean, hell, I don't even understand the whole thing where you got to have certain power broker deals to buy certain things from. Like, it shouldn't matter if I go to a power broker or my local dealer down the street to order a freaking you know, a D170 crate engine. Like, if there's none available, why does it matter if I get it from a power broker or another dealer? So it's like it's stupid. Like, I'm like, because like, and then there's another thing, like Dodge was going like, well, you know, when it first came out with the jailbreak models, you can only order a jailbreak model through a power brokers dealer. I'm going like, why? Like, why in the world you got to only get jailbreak models from power brokers? Like, that's when they first announced it, but then they changed the nonsense because I pointed out in the video, and other people are going to get pissed off that those power broker dealers are some of the worst dealerships in the country, because those are the guys who mark up money the most on cars. And so I bet a lot of them got into the whole power broker program because they thought they was only going to get exclusive models only through them. And then Dodge switched it up on them to where the next year, literally every single car was a jailbreak car. Like, I'm surprised they even do like a well, I wonder if they're gonna bring back jailbreak for like the Charter Daytona. But I mean, hell, like all the Charlie Daytonas, they're all pre-spec cars anyway, so it's not like you can do a lot with them. Is my son coming back? I gotta keep an eye out for my son. He's supposed to be coming back. Son with the soccer practice. Let's see. Yes, you're right because they're exclusive. They make it so hard of obtaining for a reason. Oh, paralegal. Oh, hey, we've already gotten that paralegal legal assistant. We've already gotten that part. Oh man, but yeah, freaking And how long I've been on here? I've been on for like an hour and 25 minutes. But yeah, it's just so hard to, like I said, sit down and make videos right now. All this crap going on. That's why it's more easier for me to do live streams, but live streams don't necessarily pay out tons of money. So a more effective use of my time is to make videos. But it's like, oh, I got so much crap going on. But hopefully, like I said, after tomorrow, I have enough information to where I can go and actually have some relief, and I can go get my head and get my mind right and get stuff taken care of. And they say jailbreak, but was really broken as those engines. Yeah, when it comes to a demon. When it comes to a demon, yeah. So I'm going like, man, like I said, I dropped my Demon 170, and I'm going like, man, when is gonna be that daggone time where the engine is gonna just seize up on me? Like I'm over 2,000 miles now. I think I got like 2,200 miles on my Demon 170, and I'm going like, I'm in the safe zone, but it's like I always got that little because those harmonic balancers are coming off. I'm going like, maybe Stellantis be like, hey, look, we need to do like a voluntary recall to go check stuff. We're gonna go take a look at the engine. I mean, hell, honestly, they just dropped the engine out of the car. That's like the most problematic thing with these cars. Something that engine is wrong, right? So, honestly, I think they should just recall every D170, pull the engine out of every car, have their power brokers go look it over, take that daggone dampener off or whatever you call it, take the dampener off, make sure it's torqued right. Flip it over, take the pan out, make sure all the bearings in there are good, make sure all the main caps are on there properly. Because I've seen, I have videos that people have sent me where technicians had showed them that they can wiggle their main caps like. So I got video evidence that anyone want to say that I'm lying. I don't want to release the videos because I had people tell me they don't want to release because they don't want to get in trouble for that video being out there. But I've seen videos of people shaking their main caps, and I've seen at least 2 of them like that. It's like main caps wiggling, and then I seen one video where the damn crank popped. Damn person grabbing the flywheel moved like this because the damn crank snapped inside the engine, like clamp, snap, snap, snap. So I mean, I was saying, like, honestly, I think they should just recall all the cars, pull the engine out, go over it, do a once over, make sure everything is torque to spec. Check the spark plugs, check to make sure all the main caps are on it properly. Make sure there's no oil in the oil. Make sure there's no metal in the oil pan. Check to make sure that the bolts in the dampener is on there torqued properly. Put everything back together. Drop it. Oh Lord. Oh, hold on a second. Well, well, I got family stuff to attend to, so I'm gonna holler at you boys later. So I'm gonna see you guys. Hopefully, I have a video up for you guys tomorrow. So